Top deep sea creatures that shocked everyone. According to the Earth Institute at Columbia University, scientists know significantly more about space than they do about the ocean. Therefore, the vast majority of the animals that live below the surface may be extraterrestrial in origin. In this video, there's a list of top deep water species that can surprise you. Number 12. Sharks with ruffled fins. Because it appears to have evolved very little over time, people frequently refer to this peculiar shark as a living fossil. The species can be found between 120 to 1580 meters below the surface of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, where it is extremely rare for humans to spot it. Additional eerie information: a frilled shark's jaws are lined with 25 rows of teeth that face in the opposite direction and are formed like trident points. If your math skills are up to snuff, you'll know that brings the total number of razor-sharp teeth to 300. Number 11. Shrimp with a peacock-like mantis. The peacock mantis shrimp is a candy-colored crustacean that is well recognized for its capacity to fast punch prey with its front two appendages. This skill can be found in the oceans of the tropical Western Pacific and the Indian subcontinent. This shrimp's punch is said to be one of the fastest motions in the animal kingdom. In fact, it is so powerful that it is capable of breaking the glass wall of an aquarium, as stated by Oceana, an international organization that advocates for the preservation of the ocean. But you shouldn't be too concerned, because the majority of the time they just use their steel fists to crack open mollusks and dismember crabs. Number 10. Fantasia in pink see-through fabric. Its name makes it sound like a piece of seductive lingerie, but don't be fooled. The pink see-through Fantasia is a sea cucumber that can be found about 15 miles deep into the Celebes Sea in the Western Pacific, east of Borneo. Its name makes it sound like a piece of sexy lingerie. The intriguing sea cucumber was just discovered a little over a decade ago, in 2007, yet it has a survival tactic that hints at its long-time evolution: its bioluminescence to scare off predators. The pink see-through Fantasia gets its name from the fact that its skin is so transparent that its internal organs, including its mouth, anus, and intestines, can be seen through it. Number 9. Frogfish. Because these forms of anglerfish, of which there are over 50 species in total, are virtually indistinguishable from their environment, which is typically coral reefs, it is very simple to overlook the frogfish. They can look like sponges or rocks that have been covered in algae, and they are available in virtually any color and texture imaginable. Some species of frogfish employ their camouflage not to conceal themselves, but rather to imitate toxic sea slugs. The peculiar manner in which they move through the water is something that all species of frogfish, regardless of how they look, share in common. Even though they are capable of swimming, the majority of them walk along their pectoral fins, which have developed into arm-like limbs and include a joint that looks like an elbow. Number 8. Ribbon eel. The ribbon eel, also known as the leaf-nosed moray eel, is native to the waters of Indonesia and can be found in locations ranging from East Africa to southern Japan, Australia, and French Polynesia. It can typically be found tucked into burrows among coral reefs. The pigmentation of the juveniles is initially black with a thin yellow stripe running along the fins. However, as they mature, this transforms into a vibrant blue and yellow pattern. These eels are known as protandric hermaphrodites, which means that throughout their lifetimes, they are capable of switching their sexual identities from male to female. Number 7. The Christmas tree pest. The peculiar animal was discovered by researchers on Lizard Island in the Great Barrier Reef, where it was given the eponymous moniker of the Christmas tree worm. While the worm itself lives in a tube, the spiral branches are the worm's breathing and feeding apparatuses. The worm itself lives in a tube. These crowns, which resemble trees, are covered in appendages that resemble hair and are termed radioles. These help the Christmas tree worm breathe and grab prey, but they can be retracted if the Christmas tree worm senses that it is in danger. Number 6. Box crab. The box crab, like so many other animals that live in the ocean, is a master of disguise. In this particular instance, the crustacean, which spends most of its time on the ocean floor, buries itself behind the sand, leaving only its eyes exposed above the murky water's surface. The mating activities of the box crab, which very literally redefine what it means to be swept off one's feet, are one of the most fascinating elements of the life cycle of the box crab. When a male box crab has located a suitable female, it will use its claws to seize hold of her and then carry her around the sea floor while it waits for her to molt her shell. Number 5. Giant isopod. Isopods are endemic to cold, deep seas and have the potential to grow to be quite huge. In the year 2010, a remotely controlled underwater vehicle found a giant isopod that measured 5 feet in length. These crustaceans are carnivores and typically feed on dead animals that sink to the ocean floor from the surface of the water. They resemble something between a huge woodworm and a lobster. Even though they were discovered in 1879, almost everything about these critters is still a mystery. On the other hand, it's generally accepted that giant isopods reach such enormous sizes to better endure the intense pressure found on the ocean floor. Number 4. Nudibranch. The nudibranch is an exceptionally adaptable type of sea slug, as there have been over 3,000 different species of them described. These itty-bitty creatures can be discovered very much everywhere, in seas that are either shallow or deep, from the North Pole to the South Pole and into the tropics. There are 2 unique types, Dorid nudibranchs and Aelid nudibranchs. Dorid nudibranchs are smooth and have feather-like gills on their backs to help them breathe, whereas Aelid nudibranchs breathe through an organ called serrata, which is also placed on their backs. Because the little nudibranch does not have a shell, it protects itself by camouflaging itself in a colorful pattern that is designed to serve as a warning signal. However, they can physically ingest, digest, and recycle the stinging cells of their prey, which is possibly the most bizarre adaptation they have developed. Number 3. Sea angel. These critters are often referred to as sea angels but are predatory sea snails in reality. According to the Marine Census of Life, this particular species, the Platybrachium antarcticum, flies over the deep Antarctic seas pursuing the shelled pteropods. Another type of snail on which it feeds. Sea angels are equipped with specialized parapodia, which are lateral extensions of the foot that allow them to swim through the water more efficiently. Number 2. Maris orthocana. This odd microscopic organism known as Maris orthocana is constructed similarly to a multi-stage rocket, consisting of several repetitive units. These units include tentacles and multiple stomachs. In scientific terms, these animals are known as Fissinect siphonophores. They are closely related to the Portuguese man-of-war. A colony that is made up of numerous individuals possesses characteristics that are similar to those of a single creature, just like ants. Number 1. Giant squid. The Architeuthis dux, often known as the giant squid, is the epitome of a nightmare creature. The record for the longest one ever found was a staggering 43 feet long, which is almost exactly half the length of a blue whale. To gain a deeper comprehension of the gigantic squid, a preliminary genome sequence was constructed for it earlier this year by scientists. Its genome has approximately 27 billion DNA base pairs, making it approximately 90% as large as the human genome. Because of this, scientists don't know a whole lot more about the big beast or its behaviors. The majority of the information that we have comes from the bodies of the animals, which wash up on the coast. Because they spend most of their life in waters so deep, we hardly ever encounter gigantic squid, which further adds to the mystery surrounding these creatures. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We post new videos every week, so be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. Leave a comment and let us know what you think, and if there's a topic you'd like us to cover in a future video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.